Hello everybody. It's not in the morning. I'm riding my bike the evening of day one of my second Mary's Mini. Today was great. I ate my spinach and potatoes all day long. That was so good. And I think I'll just have some cabbage for dinner. And then call it a night. I am still trying to avoid eating after 6. I'm going to try to do that again this time. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how much progress I can make, with doing these Mary's Minis during the same time that the weight loss group does its challenges. And so we'll see. I do need to start making some progress. I have not been sick. I have not been on steroids. I have not had any issues at all. Now I need to get myself with it and start working on this other part of my health, which is my weight. My numbers are awesome. Numbers are absolutely awesome. And let me see, it'll be 3 years in December. I was sick. I was really sick. Walked with a cane, always walked with an apparatus, something to help me. I've had 2 knee replacements and endometriosis and some kind of connective tissue disorder, ankle reconstructions, both of them, just a bunch of stuff. And then when I was told I was about to be a diabetic, 1 or 2 percentage points away, that's what made me change. And so all my numbers are awesome. My numbers are fabulous. My CRP number, which shows inflammation, was almost at a 6, and it's not supposed to be above a 3. And the last reading was under 1. So my inflammation has gone down a lot since I adopted a plant-based diet. And now, those of you who are not sure, y'all do understand that a vegan diet and a plant-based diet are not necessarily the same things. So for those people who are not sure of that distinction, let me explain. A vegan diet basically stays away from animal products. A vegan diet does not take into account necessarily, processed foods, highly processed foods, a lot of the fake meats, which, it's okay every now and then, but it should be a treat, not a staple, unless you're just transitioning, and those things can really help you if you're just transitioning. But Coke and potato chips, Lay's potato chips, Coke and potato chips, that's vegan. Oreos are vegan. Fried foods, can be vegan. And so, but many people who follow a vegan diet do also follow a plant-based diet. And plant-based diet, no animal products. A couple of the doctors say minimal, but most say none. A plant-based diet is more for health. It's to get at the underlying cause of metabolic disorders, just things that go wrong with us, and that getting that proper nutrition, getting that good nutrition through your fruits and vegetables, and then minimizing any added oil we eat in plant-based, and which is kind of short for whole food plant-based. Plant-based tries to make sure that your food is as close to whole as possible. So things from boxes and the fast foods that now have the the vegan burger, they call it a plant-based, but it's really vegan, because it doesn't contain animal products, but it certainly does have a lot of added oil. So those are not everyday things. And so plant-based concentrates more on health, whereas vegan diet just concentrates on the animals, not harming animals and whatever it is that. So it's not that they could be, one and the same, but there is a distinction between the two. So when a person first goes on a plant-based diet, the one thing that will happen almost immediately is a reduction in inflammation, because animal products cause inflammation in your body. It just does. And so when a person goes on a plant-based diet, the first thing that's going to happen fairly fast is a reduction in inflammation in their body. And also all those really strong antioxidants and phytonutrients that you're putting in your body that you might not have done before, that will also help to reduce the inflammation. And it'll bring down that CRP number that I was talking to you about when mine was almost 6. It's C-reactive protein is what the number is. And so your antioxidants and phytonutrients from your fruit and veggies will help to bring that number down too. So this type of way of eating definitely reduces inflammation in your body. It'll also help that bad cholesterol to drop pretty fast. So if you're taking cholesterol medicine, it's important to talk to your doctor when you go on a whole food plant-based diet or a plant-based diet, because your bad cholesterol will begin to drop, because you're not ingesting cholesterol. Cholesterol is found in animal products, and so your bad cholesterol will drop, and also the added fiber that you're going to get because you're doing a plant-based diet or eating a plant-based lifestyle, that also helps with blood cholesterol as well. Fiber does. And I wrote myself some notes so that I wouldn't forget some things. Another thing that happens when a person goes on a plant-based diet is your microbiome changes. That's your gut bacteria. It changes. It completely changes. It's a whole new atmosphere in there. It's much healthier. And see, a healthy gut helps to protect us from all kinds of situations that occur. It can, good, healthy gut, very healthy intestinal microbiome can help with a number of things. Some forms of cancer, diabetes, definitely, autoimmune disorders, and other situations. Now, when your gut bacteria has changed, your liver will either stop or almost stop producing something called TMAO, has produced in the liver, but it's a result of your gut bacteria. And typically it produces this stuff and it goes in your arteries and it damages the endothelial cells of your arteries. And you want those endothelial cells to be nice and pristine, because that's where you could end up with the plaque and blockages and stuff like that. TMAO contributes to those sorts of things. And when you eat a plant-based diet, your gut is no longer telling the liver to produce this stuff, or at least as little as possible. So that's a pretty big deal. The TMAO, look that up and learn more about its connection to arteries and blockages and things like that. So, and it doesn't take long for the gut, the biome to change. It starts to change fairly quickly. Another thing to keep in mind is when a person goes on a plant-based diet, if that person has type 2 diabetes, the type 2 diabetes will improve quickly. That's quickly, very quickly. Sometimes without medicine. I've got a story to tell y'all about my son. I'll actually put that one in part 2. But we're going to talk about diabetes for a minute, because that's serious. So that's a serious illness. But it is. I can't say that anything is 100%, but it is a huge percent where diabetes does not need to exist if a person follows a plant-based diet. If they don't have it, they probably won't get it following a plant-based diet. And if they do have it, they can improve it tremendously quickly with a plant-based diet. Can't say anything more like that than that as far as diabetes, type 2 diabetes is concerned. I'm going to go on and end this one. This is going to be a 2-part series, a 2-part inspiration, just talking about what are some benefits of becoming plant-based, and stuff like that. So I will be back in just a few minutes, and I'll talk to you a little bit longer.